And we're back here at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, and I am joined by Kristen Eichamer from Heritage. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell me a little bit about, I'm fascinated by this Project 2025, which is under the Heritage banner. What exactly is it?
Yeah, so basically it's a coalition of over 60 members and growing. At last count, it was 60, but we are continuing to grow. We're trying to staff the next presidential administration by providing them with the policy and personnel. So on January 20th, hopefully of 2025, we are ready to go to implement what the president's agenda will be, regardless of who that is. It's the first try for Heritage, especially with the coalition level. We actually have been building upon the mandate for leadership, which started back in the Reagan administration. We published this book. It was only Heritage staff that contributed to that. And he adopted over half of our policy recommendations. We've been doing that mandate for leadership for the last for every 4-year stint to kind of inform the president of where the conservative movement is. But we've only ever done that with the Heritage Foundation as providing the efforts. This time for 2025, we're bringing in the entire conservative administration. Anyone that wants to be involved can go visit project2025.org and get involved. But it's really a conservative consensus in order to ensure that the president is truly educated on where the conservative movement is headed.
I find it very interesting when I look at your materials because it's really thought out specifically in the issues and with the folks that you want to get on board, because sometimes it takes a while to get things going.
For sure. I joined in 2018. I was at NASA as the deputy press secretary in 2018, and it took months for me to get confirmed and just through the process. What we're trying to do this time is create a roster for each position in the Plum Book. The Plum Book has every political appointed position out there. So we're basically asking people to join our database, build their profile, which will have their interests, their background, all of that, so that we can then connect them with where they're going to be most successful in the administration. Because there's the White House, there's Department of Agriculture, there's NASA, obviously. There's so many different organizations, and there's so many positions that we didn't fill in the Trump administration. We're just trying to ensure that at the very minimum, we're able to get all those spots full so that we can have the civil servants carrying out the president's agenda.
So if you're interested in working in the White House, whomever the president is next term, you can go to
project2025.org.
and you put up your resume, or what do you do?
Yeah, so basically there's a button that says apply that will direct you to a database profile that you can build out. And like I said, you'll upload a resume. You can upload other criteria if you have had trainings. We actually have a presidential training. That's our third pillar within the project. And you can get a little certificate for that, which will allow you to just kind of say, hey, I understand how the government works. I know the tips and tricks that past political appointees have, filmed and recorded, and I'm ready to go.
That's very interesting, because you would think if you go onto the website, you don't really know what jobs are available and what you'd really be qualified for.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I majored in biology and economics, and I became deputy press secretary of NASA. We're really trying to just find quality people that want to do the best they can for the people, by the people, and that's why we're making this reach outside of Washington to ensure that those people aren't, a part of the swamp, and that we're really getting true down-to-earth Americans.
And you likened it to a LinkedIn.
Exactly. So it's very similar to a LinkedIn. You can't connect to other individuals. It's truly just your profile will be available for people to match you with the right spots. But it is very similar in the aspects of you're uploading your your professional experience and information and your background so that they can match you to the best position.
So theoretically, with this project in 2025, January of 2025, or maybe even in a few the months in December, January, someone could get a call and say, hey, do you want to work at the White House?
Absolutely. And that's what's so beautiful about this project. It's candidate agnostic. The book that we just recently published, Mandate for Leadership, The Conservative Promise, we sent that to every candidate. Every candidate has the ability to be briefed on it. And I believe we've briefed a few candidates. We've even often offered Biden and Harris the opportunity to have access to our professionals with these recommendations. They haven't answered us yet, but they're still keeping my fingers crossed. But yeah, like I said, we're opening this to everyone regardless of the candidate, and it really may be that in a few months you receive a call saying, hey, we'd love for you to apply to this position. We'd love to get you in the administration.
That would be pretty awesome. Like pretty cool to just, I don't know, apply in 2 years. 2 years from now, you get a call. Hey, do you want to work at the White House?
Yeah, I mean, the motto that we've really been pushing is we have less than 2 years and one chance to get this right. And if we want to get it right, it's going to be by ensuring true down-to-earth Americans are serving in the next administration.
Well, Kristen, it was a pleasure to meet you. And hey, everybody out there, upload those resumes.
Yeah, apply, please. Project2025.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.